A girl grills meat, smiling. She decides to bring some to Akan, unaware of the storm brewing. Her kindness sets a chain of events in motion. Two figures sit by the sea under a full moon. One has long hair, the other short. They watch the water, silent, lost in thought. The long-haired girl turns her head, looking at her companion. The moon casts a soft glow as she prepares to speak. Her face, serious. Their feet rest on the sand, leaves scattered around. The quiet moment is broken by a sudden, unseen shift. Today we have Oshi no K, 149 through 153. Subscribe for more recaps. Shift in the air between them. The girl with the hat approaches, holding a plate. She stands near a tree, watching the pair by the shore, her expression unreadable. She blurts out, "You guys still love each other, don't you?" The long-haired girl freezes, shocked by the sudden accusation. The girl in the hat smiles, saying they were acting like they were on good terms. The other girl stares, confused by the comment. The hat girl insists it was an accident, not on purpose. The long-haired girl yells, "What the heck?" stunned by the claim. The hat girl walks away, muttering about her weakness. The other girl shouts, "That's not true," her voice cracking with emotion. The hat girl whispers, "Aqua would choose you." She looks down, tears forming. The other girl shouts, "Listen to me," desperate. The long-haired girl grabs her arm, eyes wide with panic. She demands to be heard, her voice shaking as she tries to stop the other. The hat girl cries, tears streaming down her face. She looks up at the stars, her voice barely a whisper as she breaks down. The long-haired girl stands frozen, her hand still outstretched. She stares at the crying girl, her own face a mask of shock and guilt. The hat girl pleads, "Stop forcing your will on me." The long-haired girl steps back, her voice cold. "We don't have that relationship anymore." The long-haired girl yells, "We're not a couple." The hat girl stammers, "But you still like Aqua, don't you?" Her voice trembling. The long-haired girl insists, "I'm still in touch with him." She looks away, her voice rising. "I'm not a woman who can't let go," the hat girl shouts. "That sounds like solid love." The long-haired girl cries, "I just want Aqua-kun to be happy." Her hands clenched. The hat girl whispers, "I see." Her voice is small, her eyes filled with tears. The long-haired girl yells, "I put my feelings in order." The hat girl sobs, "But I think Aqua still has feelings for you." The long-haired girl stares, her mouth open in disbelief. The long-haired girl says, "You're pretty." The hat girl asks, "Why?" The long-haired girl answers, "If I were Aqua, I'd choose you." The long-haired girl lists her qualities. "You have acting skills, a kind personality." She adds, "Everyone thinks you're beautiful and smart." The hat girl turns away, muttering, "You're such a goody two-shoes." The long-haired girl snaps, "If I were a man, I'd choose you." The long-haired girl looks down, her hand on her chin. She says, her voice trailing off as she considers her own words. The hat girl looks up, her eyes wet. She says, "Seriously." The long-haired girl turns, her back to the camera, silent. The hat girl glares, "You're too ignorant of your own charm." Her voice is sharp, her eyes burning with frustration. The long-haired girl yells, "You're pretending to be an adult and giving up on your dreams." Her voice cracks with anger and fear. The hat girl sobs, "I know, but..." The long-haired girl shouts, "You're such a coward." She screams, "Say you'll take him away from me." The hat girl cries, "No, no." The long-haired girl yells, "You don't have the courage to confess. You're just running away." The hat girl clutches her chest, gasping. She cries, "This isn't the time for that." Her eyes are wide with panic and pain. The long-haired girl gasps as the hat girl lunges forward. She yells, "Anyway, you're wrong," her voice echoing across the beach. The hat girl stands by a van waving goodbye. Inside, friends watch her leave. Outside, two boys walk away under a starry sky, one holding an umbrella. Sunlight breaks over apartment buildings. A new day begins. The air feels heavy with what's left unsaid from the night before. The hat girl lies in bed, clutching her pillow. She stares at the ceiling, eyes open. Sleep won't come. Her mind won't slow down. A single tear rolls down her cheek. She blinks slowly. Her face stays still, but her eyes say everything she can speak out loud. A finger presses a doorbell. The hat girl flinches at the sound. She opens the door to find the long-haired girl standing there, smiling. The long-haired girl grins through the glass. Her eyes are sharp. She says, "I won't let you get away." The hat girl freezes. The long-haired girl steps closer. "Picking up from where we left off yesterday," she says. The hat girl whispers, "What do you want?" The hat girl shouts, "Don't just enter without permission." The long-haired girl smiles. "I thought about it carefully after that," she says calmly. The long-haired girl leans in. "I've decided to root for your love," she says. The hat girl stares. "Come again," she mutters. The long-haired girl sits down. "I think I can help," she says. "I have a lot of information about him, you know." The hat girl shakes her head. The hat girl steps back. "Why would you do that? What's your goal?" she asks. The long-haired girl just smiles wider. The long-haired girl closes her eyes. "The next person Aqua-kun goes out with has to be someone I approve of," she says. "Nothing really." The hat girl screams, "No way." The long-haired girl laughs. "Just tell him how you feel already," she says. "I know everything." The hat girl covers her face. "Stop looking at me with those eyes." The long-haired girl leans in. "Just leave it to me," she says softly. The camera pans over tall buildings. The city's quiet. The wind blows. Somewhere, someone is watching. Waiting for the next move. A giant billboard shows Aqua-kun's face. "Hey Aqua-kun, I know it very well," the ad says. The long-haired girl walks below, eyes fixed on it. The long-haired girl looks up at the sky. She holds her bag tight. Her steps are steady. She knows what she's doing, and she won't stop. A lone boy stands in the dark, his shadow stretching long. He looks ahead, calm but heavy with purpose. What is he waiting for? He walks into a room. Another boy sits slumped by the door, head down. The air feels thick with silence. "What happened here?" The seated boy speaks sharply. "Take revenge?" he says. The standing boy looks back, surprised. "Aren't you going to say it anymore?" A bloody knife sticks upright in the floor. The voice whispers, "Use that knife to stab him repeatedly, make him regret being born." The dark-haired boy turns his head slightly. His eyes are hidden. He says nothing. What is he thinking? What will he do? He remembers a photo. It was sad and frustrating, he says. The people I loved are no longer within my reach. He looks down the hall. A girl runs away smiling. He whispers, but Serena-chan is alive. His voice is soft, full of wonder. He sees her again, happy and healthy. She became an idol, as Ruby, without suffering from her illness. He smiles faintly. His face is calm. There's no greater salvation than that. He believes this. He holds on to it. This is his peace. The blonde boy nods. Yeah, I think so too. He looks at the dark-haired boy. They understand each other now. The dark-haired boy turns away. I've got my reward already. He speaks softly. He doesn't need more. He's done. He looks down. It won't be long until I disappear. He accepts it. He's ready to fade. What will happen next? The blonde boy watches him. That you'll occasionally recall, a remnant of a distant memory. I'll become an old, faint wound. The dark-haired boy speaks again. You can do what you like, or enjoy your youth. You can choose to kill Kamiki. The blonde boy shouts. You're too overprotective. He grabs the dark-haired boy's shirt. I won't let you make a move on Serena-chan. The blonde boy calms. She just sees the illusion of Goro Amamiya in me. I know that. He looks down. He accepts the truth. He looks at a photo. She's my only precious little sister. Aqua Hoshino is Ruby Hoshino's twin brother. He holds this close. The dark-haired boy looks at him. The blonde boy looks back. They stand in silence. The air is heavy with unspoken words. The blonde boy asks, huh? The person you like is that girl? That genius child actor? He looks confused. He didn't expect this. The dark-haired boy replies, as Aqua Hoshino, you have romantic feelings. It goes without saying now. He states it plainly. He thinks of her. Despite being arrogant, she's a hard worker. She may have a sharp tongue, but she's quite sensitive. He remembers her eyes. Her strong, straightforward gaze. Haven't you? You've always liked? He trails off. He knows. The blonde boy looks down. He says nothing. He understands. He feels the weight of it. He doesn't move. The dark-haired boy says, I'm sure you'll succeed if you just make a move. I think she's pretty interested in you. He encourages him. He continues, and you're free to like someone. You don't have to act anymore. You can step down from the role of Goro Amaya. He holds out the knife. You're going to use this knife is up to you. He offers it. The choice is now the blonde boy's. The blonde boy stares at the knife. His eyes widen. He looks up, shocked. He can't believe what he's being offered. He sits on the bed, head in his hands. He can't decide. He feels the weight of the choice. He stays still. He thinks. He looks at a building sign. A.R. Ama. He whispers, up to me, huh? He looks at the sky. He has to choose. What will he do? A girl sits alone at a table. A glass of water sits beside her. She looks down. She waits. She doesn't know what's coming. She smirks. You'd better move before I change my mind. He scoffs. Really? She yells. I can do this myself. I don't need your help. She grits her teeth. Ugh. He leans close. I want to be with a boy on Christmas. She thinks, if you take forever, I might get back together with him. She stares blankly. She said exactly what I didn't want to hear. She sighs. What a troublesome fan. She thinks, she really knows me well. She sits alone, back to us. If I go out with him, she wonders, I wonder what will happen. Her shoulders slump. She stays still. She stands beside him in the park. I hated him so much, I didn't know what to do. He looks ahead. At first, she stays quiet. She blushes. I couldn't forget him at all. He smiles, but he was so cute. She hides under a blanket. It was so frustrating when I lost to him. She looks out the window. He was the same as me, still clinging tightly to this world. Her eyes stay fixed. She doesn't move. They stand side by side in school. When I met him again in high school, she says. He looks ahead. She watches him. She stays quiet. She smiles. It was fun just talking to him. He works hard. While being on my side and putting himself in my shoes, her heart beats fast. She stares ahead. Was so cool and wonderful. She thinks, the rival that I've been chasing in my heart since I was little. She stays still. Her eyes widen. That I'd fallen for you, she whispers. The joy I felt when I realized. Her face flushes. She doesn't look away. She rests her chin on her arms. I bet you don't understand it. She stays silent. Her eyes stay fixed. She doesn't move. He asks, are you looking at me earnestly? She stands. What about you? She whispers. Do you look at me with interest? Her phone sits on the table. I want you to accept it. She waits. If that's true, she thinks. She doesn't move. She stays quiet. Her phone lights up. Arima, are you free on Saturday? He holds his phone. He looks up. He doesn't smile. He waits for her reply. A host smiles, praising Kana Arima for her love of books. The screen flashes her fame as a child prodigy, now leading idol group Bikamaki. A boy holds his tie, looking down. A bold headline announces, today, they'll uncover the secret behind Kana Arima's acting ability. The boy lifts his head, eyes sharp. He looks straight ahead, his expression unreadable, ready for whatever comes next. Sunlight bursts over tall buildings. The boy checks his phone as it rings. He answers, voice calm, standing still in the street. A girl in a school uniform smiles at him. He stands beside her, both dressed formally, walking down a busy city street. She asks if he feels nostalgic seeing her in her old uniform. He asks why she wore it. She says she wondered what he thought. She tells him not to be nitpicky. She says if an alum wears it, it's just cosplay. She asks if he's okay with that. He turns to her. He says he wanted to do this properly. She says going on a date in a uniform is what he meant. His eye widens behind his mask. He repeats the word date in his head, unsure if he heard right. She confirms she said date. He stays quiet. She looks at him, then smiles softly, holding her bag. She asks if he has plans for their date. He says of course he does. She waits, eager to hear what he chose. She pulls out a baseball and glove with a big grin. She says ta-da, like she just revealed the best surprise ever. He stares at her. He asks if she's sane for suggesting catch on a date. She doesn't flinch, still smiling. She says this is the exact opposite of what happened 2 years ago. He remembers it clearly, eyes fixed on her. She says things are different now. He says he doesn't mind. They walk on, side by side, under the city sky. She tells him not to worry. She planned everything. She says the public and tabloids are watching them closely. She says that's why she told him to wear a uniform. They're both famous, so they need to stay hidden in plain sight. The camera shows a sign, Yokohama High School. They're heading back to where it all began, for their date. She says they're running away to school to play catch. She throws the ball. He catches it, remembering their last time here. He says he never thought about school being safe when he was a student. She says school protects its students. She sits down, smiling. She says she's a grown woman now. She laughs, like it's the funniest thing she's ever said. She asks what he'll do in the future. She says he's smart, so he should get into a good college. He looks away. He lifts his glove, looking up at the sky. He says he's applying to medical school. His voice is steady, sure. He says becoming a heart surgeon was his dream. She gasps, shocked. She didn't know he wanted to be a doctor. He says dream again, softly. He looks at her, then down, like he's remembering something far away. She claps her hands. She says it suits him perfectly. She says, nice, nice, like she's cheering him on. She says he'll be a good doctor. She says he'll bring hope to many people. The ball floats between them. She says it's perfect for someone who always wants to help others. He nods, looking at her with quiet thanks. She drops the ball, screaming. He asks if she's embarrassed. She says he's sure she is, laughing at herself. He asks what her dream is. He wants to know if she'll be a national actress. He waits for her answer, eyes open. She says her dream came true at 5. He just says right, not sure what to think. She looks away, holding her glove tight. She admits her life now has no dreams. She says selling more is all that matters. He watches her, silent, not sure what to say. He asks if that was her only dream. She doesn't answer right away. He stands still, waiting, hoping she'll say more. She turns to him, says she has a new dream now. He stays quiet, eyes wide. This changes everything. What could it be? He asks what her new dream is. She doesn't answer yet. He looks at her, heart beating fast. What will she say? She throws the ball up. He catches it with his glove. She smiles. He looks up, surprised. She's ready to play with him. She says she wants to be the only person he looks at. He freezes. The ball drops. He can't believe what he just heard. She shouts her dream, to become his idol. She's smiling, but her eyes are wet. He stands still, not moving, not breathing. She talks about her last concert on Christmas. Her voice shakes. He listens, eyes locked on her. This is serious. She calls him Bikamaki and begs him to come. He stares, star in his eye. She's counting on him. Will he go? She admits she may not shine brighter than them. He looks down, hurt. She reaches out. He doesn't pull away. The interview wraps up. The director admits he never meant to make a fictional movie, calling it a true creative work disguised as entertainment. The movie 15-Year Lie begins its first screening. People file into the theater, unaware of the emotional journey ahead. The film ends. As credits roll, the audience sits in silence. Sobbing can be heard from different seats. A sign of deep impact. A young woman wipes her eyes. She feels a sense of accomplishment for being part of the movie. Even if the story was sad. Another girl smiles through her tears. Her tears are not from sadness or pride, but from something deeper, something personal. Outside, fans praise director Gotanda. A woman asks her friend how to describe his genius, clearly impressed by his work. Frill-chan finds her friend crying hard. The friend admits she can't stop, overwhelmed by the film's final moments. Frill-chan laughs, calling the crying unusual. She admits the pros were amazing, but the acting was poor, which surprised her. The girls wonder who she means. One realizes it's about the director, who edited the poor acting to make it look attractive. The director admits the last scene was unique, something only the lead actress could pull off. It was rough at first, but perfect. The movie, 15-Year Lie, ends with Ruby-chan's final act. The director smiles, knowing her performance defined everyone's feelings. A man finds the director smoking. He asks if he got the shot he wanted, hinting at a deeper, more personal goal. The director can't answer. He thinks about Ai Hoshino, wondering if he captured the real her, the truth he sought. He looks away, admitting his regrets have faded. The film seems to have given him peace, a chance to move forward. The man asks if the same is true for him. He wonders if the director still feels guilty about his past choices. The man accuses him of feeling guilty for introducing Ai Hoshino and Hikaru Kamiki to each other, a burden he still carries. The director is accused of pushing too hard, risking his future for the sake of making amends for the children's sake. The director denies being passionate. He claims he's too old to feel guilt over such things, trying to appear detached. The man calls him out, saying he got into film to become a director. He knows the director hasn't given up on his dreams. The man says it's a small world. The director is caught off guard, wondering where he heard that phrase, a hint of past connection. The man calls him a liar, saying he's still passionate deep down. He won't let the director hide behind indifference. The man teases him, calling him a bad guy. The director tries to laugh it off, but his expression shows he's touched. The director turns away, looking at the movie poster. He asks if the man hates him, seeking some kind of closure. They sit together, sharing drinks. The director asks if he was any help at all, hoping for some small validation. A camera is set up for an interview. The interviewer asks if he did it for his mother and sister, knowing the film was painful. The actor sits alone, hands clasped. He looks down, preparing to answer the hard questions about his true motives. He says he acts for himself, not to please others. He leaves it to everyone else to decide how they feel about his work. The interviewer points out that others care about him, especially Aqua-san, who seems to worry about the other actors. He admits he doesn't love anyone. Even if someone loves him, he won't give anything back, protecting himself from pain. The camera lens reflects his face, then goes blank. His final words hang in the air, a quiet confession of his lonely truth. The camera screen shows him, hands clasped. It's a lie, he says. The interviewer questions him, but he won't explain. He stands outside, cold. I don't care how you interpret it, he says. Keep your distance. His eyes stay sharp, unblinking. The camera zooms in. Why bottle yourself up? He asks himself. His voice cracks, but he won't look away. He whispers, because acting is my revenge. His jaw tightens. This isn't just pain, it's purpose. He faces the camera, calm. To you, Hikaru Kamiki, the one who took our mother away. He won't run. He'll fight. Hikaru Kamiki stands ready, vowing revenge. He names himself the true father of Taiki, Himikawa, Ruby, and himself. The managing director of Media Eyes Inc. faces his past. She stares, silent. Her eyes hold a sharp, knowing look. The city skyline behind her feels distant, cold. She knows what he came for but says nothing. He challenges her. You know everything, eh? She answers simply, yeah. Their standoff begins. The air between them is heavy with unspoken history. He holds up a DVD titled 15-Year Lie. As an audience member, I enjoyed this movie very much. He smiles. She watches, waiting for his next move. He praises the script, the actors, the drama. It was a great story, really. He speaks like a critic, not a victim. The horror of it all is hidden in his calm tone. He lifts the camera, filming her. This movie was fiction, after all. He says it lightly, but his eyes are cold. The truth is about to be exposed. He mocks the film. Everything inconvenient was concealed, exaggerated, fabricated. He breaks down the lies. She listens, her face unreadable. He calls the movie ordinary fiction, a piece of entertainment found anywhere. He shrugs, but his voice is sharp. He's not here to watch a film. He sets the camera down. Take Eyes kiss scene, for example. He looks at her. Why do you think so? She asks, her voice steady. The trap is set. He describes the fake romance. In this movie, I and I were portrayed as having an awkward love relationship. He speaks like he's reviewing a bad script. He leans in. But in reality, it was different. He smiles bitterly. I was just relying on her one-sidedly. The truth starts to crack his calm. He admits his hunger. The real me was craving more love. He looks away. The real I wasn't that affectionate. He's confessing, not accusing. He says it plainly. She never loved me once. He blames her for not rejecting him. I foolishly killed her out of spite. He owns his crime. He calls their story not exciting or traumatic, just a common story that appears in the news once in a while. He reduces their pain to a headline. She speaks softly. Congratulations, your wish has been fulfilled. He smirks. Anyway, this movie will get me killed socially? He doesn't care. He asks, do I have any options? She answers, let society judge you. He stares. So you confess your sins. He's cornered but not broken. She holds the DVD. This was her wish, wasn't it? She looks at the disc like it's a relic. The weight of I's final act hangs in the air. She whispers, I, her voice breaks. She looks down, her hand trembling slightly. The mask slips. She's not as calm as she pretends to be. She holds the DVD tight. If revenge against me was what she wanted, then I'll accept it. She's ready to pay the price for I's wish. He steps back. You must be annoyed because a crazy murderer is forcing his father-like feelings on you. She smiles. I'm glad I could finally talk to you. He holds the DVD. What did I wish for me with this? He looks confused. She says, wait. She's about to reveal the truth he never saw. He stares, shocked. Is not fiction. He realizes. The 15 years of lies that I had been telling you? The truth hits him like a punch. Flashback. A funeral. Flowers everywhere. They both cared so much about you. He looks at the photo. Kindaichi-san, he remembers. At the funeral, he says. From now on, of living their lives. She whispers. Me? He looks at her, confused. Shoulder the burden. She holds flowers, crying. Do I really have to? He looks at her, shocked. The weight of her pain is crushing her. She can hold it alone. Flashback. I smiles. The words, I love you, seemed like nothing but a lie. She felt used. It felt like the only way for me to be loved. Flashback. I cries. We understood each other. She accepted him. And loved me. He remembers her warmth. We were the same. They were both broken. Present. He walks with her. And I was the only one for her. He smiles sadly. If we continue to support each other and live on, he hopes for a future. He says, I'll be able to bear this burden. She looks at him surprised. What's that supposed to mean? He smiles. Huh. He's changed.